Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, what is going on? It's your boy Arike Wow here, man. Formerly known as Yin Yang Games, but not any longer. Coming at you with part 2 of the PvP Talent video series. We're still on the Priest. I already did the Disc Priest version, so here comes the Holy. What a weird class. I used to main Holy Priest back in Legion. It was good. For some reason, it was like a really good melee cleave healer, which is like very strange. But they did so well, man. I did it like, I went up to like 2.2k or something like that, 2.3. Healing warrior DK. Now they're a little bit strange. For some reason in BFA, they became like the GOAT 2v2 healer with a warlock, mainly because of Great Fade here. But Shadowlands, we'll see. They look a little strange. They need some powerful throughput tuning, but they have some new PvP talents though that looks really good, which we're going to talk about today. So getting right into it, here comes number 1 with Thought Steal. I already mentioned this in the Disc Priest video. Move this over a little bit. That's close enough. Thought Steal, 1.5 minute cooldown. Peer into the mind of the enemy attempting to steal a known spell. If stolen, the victim cannot cast that spell for 20 seconds. Can only be used on humanoids with mana. If you're unable to find the spell to steal, the cooldown of Thought Steal is reset. Yes, this ability is new. And yes, this ability is really cool. But as I mentioned in the last video, it has its disadvantages, mainly because you can only really steal good abilities from 2 classes, and that's Warlock and Mage, where you can steal Polymorph and Fear. Everything else is kind of like a heal over time effect, or it's something that's not worth stealing. So, really still cool ability though. And we're starting off with a nice 8. Welcome to the club. Number 2, Greater Fade, 45-second cooldown. Fade out, removing all threat, increasing your movement speed by 50% and causing most melee ranged and spells to miss you. I don't know what most means here, but it seems to be everything to me. Last 4 seconds or until you take a hostile action. This ability is so good. I don't know, like, I can't tell if it's like so good it's overpowered, or is it like just needed for this class. I love it. I play it all the time, no matter Shadow Priest or Holy. It's basically a 45-second bubble. I mean, it's so good. You can still be interrupted, but other than that, man, you can pre-fade stuns, all kind of crazy stuff. It's so good. S tier ability, number 1 of the day. Next, Greater Heal now has a 15-second cooldown, by the way. It used to be spammable. Thank you, Blizz. 3-second cast. An exceptional spell that heals an ally for 65% of their maximum health. So crazy. What an ability. This thing was so broken in BFA. Now it's going to be okay. 15-second cooldown is pretty long, man. But if they have good enough throughput, this thing can still really have some value, just to get that big chunky heal when you want it after you bait all the interrupts. I'll give it a B. It's still going to be solid regardless of the 15-second cooldown, I think. Number 4, Ray of Hope, 1 minute cooldown. For the next 6 seconds, all damage and healing dealt to the target is delayed until Ray of Hope ends. All healing that is delayed by Ray of Hope is increased by 15%. So back in Legion was when this ability came in, and it's honestly so good. The only reason it doesn't get a lot of play now, I think, is because, well, 1, Holy Priest isn't played, but 2, back in Legion when you had like 6 choices, you had a whole talent row similar to like a normal talent row. But in BFA you only got really 3 picks, and it was other picks that were like better than this one. But I think this could make a comeback. I really do. If Holy Priest throughput is going to be decent, and another change that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, I think this is going to get some really good value. And the ability is really cool. I mean, it's honestly like such a cool ability. Like, Holy Priest has some really interesting ones. So I'll give this one an A, because it's so like valuable. I've saved so many people with this thing, man. It's a good ability. Next, Divine Ascension, 1 minute cooldown. You ascend into the air out of harm's way. While floating, you are only able to cast holy spells. So this ability is new to Shadowlands. I have not tested it out yet. I have not tested Holy Priest on the beta. So I don't know how good this is going to be. I mean, the only way I see it getting good value is like if you're getting trained by some heavy melees. This ability can be really good. I want to know how long you stay in the air, man. They don't mention that in the tooltip. But if it's like 5 to 10 seconds, you know, that's actually pretty decent. You can probably still be range interrupted, but other than that, I mean, it can also allow you to get off some key heals, and it tools up well with Ray of Hope. So you can maybe use this in like some type of synergistic action here. We'll see how it goes. For now, I'll give it a B, just because it might be some better talents to choose. But it seems cool. Maybe it's like a B or a C. I'll give it a B, just because I haven't tested it out yet. Next, Holy Ward, 30-second cooldown. Wards the friendly target against the next full loss of control effect. This ability is the GOAT. If you know anything about Priest, you know this ability is the GOAT. 30-second cooldown? I mean, it's just insane. This ability's been in the game forever too, so of course it must be good if it's still in the game. But between Holy Ward, Greater Fade, and Shadow Word Death coming back into the game for a Priest, honestly, Holy Priests should never sit CC, man. And then one other ability that I'm going to mention here in a second, they should never sit CC. About to get stunned, Greater Faded. About to get polymorphed, about to get feared, about to get trapped, Holy Warded. It can be purged. I will mention that. Holy Ward can be purged. But other than that, it's just so valuable. Holy Ward, S tier. Welcome to the club. Next, we've got Spirit of the Redeemer. Your Spirit of Redemption is now an active ability with a 3-minute cooldown, but the duration is reduced by 8 seconds. You will no longer enter Spirit of Redemption upon dying. So this ability I haven't really tested out yet much either, because I didn't play a lot of Holy Priest in BFA, but I did play a little bit. I think this ability has become the go-to now that Greater Fade, now that Greater Heal is on a 15-second cooldown. So I've seen this ability play a lot on the beta. I think this combined with probably like Ray of Hope would be extremely good. So it's basically like a Tree of Life almost, I mean, except better, because you can't be CC'd. So let's pop this one into the A tier for the Holy Priest. This ability is going to get good value if Holy Priest throughput is really good too. Next, Cardinal Mending. Prayer of Mending now heals the target for 10% of their maximum health, ignoring all healing reduction effects. This ability is not that great. It used to be an ability that allowed your Prayer of Mending to be instant cast, but Prayer of Mending is now baseline instant cast. So they had to switch this one up. Maybe if this was like 15%, because Prayer of Mending is on like a 45-second cooldown. So this is probably a C tier. I don't see anyone using this that much, to be honest. Sorry about that. Little Creative Cloud update. The next one, Delivered from Evil, reduces the cooldown of Leap of Faith by 45 seconds, and Leap of Faith removes all movement impairing effects. Yeah, this ability is not great. Maybe it can be good in like 2s with a rogue, but it's not great. You have so many better options than this one. I don't really see many people taking it. It's kind of strange. Sorry about that. Kind of a little wonky there. So I'll probably give this one like a D. I just don't see people using it that often. It doesn't get a lot of value. Next, Holy Word Concentration. Get these frames right. Holy Word Concentration. blesses the ground with divine light, causing all allies to stand who stand damn. Causing all allies who stand within to be immune to all silence and interrupt effects. Last 8 seconds, 45-second cooldown. So this ability has been a little bit weird recently in the pre-patch and in the beta. So this ability is only supposed to like stop you from being a silenced or interrupt. But recently it's been working for like everything. So you can't be trapped in this. You can't be feared, polyed in this. You can't be pushed back in this. No type of pushback effect like Ring of Peace or something. Nothing works if you have this on the ground right now. I don't know if that's a bug or what. But either way, I mean, it's still a really good ability. Back in Legion, I mean, this is the go-to. Like this combined with Ray of Hope. I mean, you just lay on hands somebody if you had to. So I honestly think if the ability is working right now and you can't be CC'd in it, it's S tier. It's only a 45-second cooldown. If not, it's probably an A tier. But we'll see how it goes, you know. It's a little bit wonky right now. Alright, next, Miracle Worker. Holy Word Serenity now has 2 charges. So this ability always depends on Holy Priest's like power. If their throughput is good, this ability is good. If their throughput is bad, you get no value out of this. So it's just kind of dependent on the meta. But this is another ability that was really decent in with Ray of Hope. So this would probably go in the B. B or C, just going to depend on the meta here. But I got a feeling Serenity is going to be pretty strong because of the legendaries. So I'll give it a B. So there you have it, folks. 2 S tier abilities, 4 A tier abilities. Holy Priest does pretty good with PvP talents in general. Shadowlands, we'll see, man. This class might be good, it might be bad. It's no real way to know yet, just because we need tuning. Holy Priest is so dependent on numbers, but I think it might be okay. We'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you ladies for tuning in. Next video will be on the Shadow Priest. That's going to be my main for Shadowlands. As we all know, got a lot of class changes. Going to be a lot of fun getting dirty with the Void. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this. Let me know if you like this style of video. If you want me to make more of these tier lists. Also, if you want me to make a PvP video for talents, how to use them, when to use them, where to use them. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.